very first Google Hangout, so I am not sure how I'm going to do, but I'm a little tech challenged, so I'm going to try my best to not have any problems. So, first of all, I am Donna Flipiak again, and I am a workingpreneur. Now, what a workingpreneur is a person who works a job and also has a home business. And for those of you who are workingpreneurs, you know that there are challenges. So my hope is to give you some solutions and to give you some ideas, some tips, tricks to kind of make it uh, easier for your life to do both of these things. So now, where I came up with um, where I came up with this name, I've been working online for several years, and I never seemed to be able to find a niche. I wanted to help everyone, and you just can't do that. You have to find a group of people that you can relate to, that you have something in common with, and that you can help them. It's got to be something that you're very passionate about. So it took me many years of just going from just one shiny object to another, and one system to another, one business to another. And then finally, um, recently, probably in the last year, I decided that, hey, I'm working a job and I'm also running a business, a home business. There's got to be thousands, thousands of people like me out there. And I think I can help them. So I said, well, I need a really cool name. So I, um, I said, well, I work and I'm an entrepreneur. So I put in workingpreneur, and I said, oh, that's such a cool name. I was really proud of myself for coming up with this. Then I Googled it. I wasn't the first one. Unfortunately, I was not the first one to come up with this name, but I am going to be the first one to make it popular. So be proud of being a workingpreneur, because pretty soon the world's going to know all about you. And I'm hoping to help you with that. So I got some notes over here. So if you see me kind of glancing over here, I just don't want to forget to explain things, and I don't want to leave anything out. And also, I don't want to, because sometimes I'll go off on a tangent somewhere, and I don't want to do that. I want to just stay on the subject. So I'm going to share my screen with you because I did a little bit of a PowerPoint. Because today, I want to have these every week, but today I'm going to talk about the number one challenge of workingpreneurs, and go over a solution, one solution. I'm sure there's many more. And also, I want to invite anyone out there that's watching this, if you are a workingpreneur and you feel like you have something to share, please join me. I would love to have you as a guest next week to share, your situation, because we're all different. We all have different lives, and there are things that come into our lives that I would never experience, but you have, and there's other people that can relate to your situation, and if you can help them, it would be awesome. But, people just they need our help. So please, find me on Facebook and let me know. We'll talk. We'll, see what you can do, and what and what like your situation. And also, I want to know that this is not some place where I'm going to promote my business. I'm not going to talk about my business, and anybody that joins me on this is not going to talk about their business. But anyone can use this video because it's going to be on YouTube as soon as we're done. And you can use this video to market your business and say, hey, I want to help all the workingpreneurs out there, and let them watch this broadcast. And that's the way I think we should use this for our business. Okay, so I did want to say a little bit about me. I told you a little bit, but I've been working online for several years, and over those years, I've learned a lot. Not a lot about business, a lot about marketing, but I also learned a lot about myself. And I just want you to know that maybe 5, 6 years ago, doing something like this would never have happened because I am such an introvert that this would have scared me to death. It hasn't scared me, and I haven't procrastinated all day long. Um, but I decided I have to do it. Something like this could change my life, and it can change other people's lives. So I knew I had to do it. So, anyways, so working online has been a blessing to me, and so that's just a little bit about me. I am married, and my husband and I are empty nesters. So a lot of the challenges that you have with family and children, I don't have, but I understand it because when I first started, my youngest was still at home. So um, I am aware of these challenges. So then I also have a love of animals, and one of the things that I do off and on is rescuing them, and spaying and neutering is my big thing. I just go around and I spay and neuter the cats in my neighborhood so that eventually, there'll be fewer and fewer cats. And and that's good for the neighbors, and it's also good for the cats. So I'm a cat rescuer, and that's what I do in my spare time. So I have challenges trying to fit in business stuff with my life too. And so I understand what everybody's going through, and that's why I wanted to do this hangout, because I wanted to help find some solutions or give you some ideas. All right, so I am going to share my screen as soon as I figure out how to do it. Not sure if that's, I should, and it's not something that you can do while you're looking up. It's something that you have to actually be on the hangout and to figure it out. So I have no idea. So I'm thinking I'll just keep talking until I figure it out. Oh, here it is. I found the button. It's called screen share. Imagine that. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to go over a PowerPoint presentation. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm not sure. It seems to be taking a little while, but I'm hoping that so you can see my screen shortly. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble, but it's probably because it's my very first um, Hangout. Okay, so hopefully I'm going to start my slideshow. So hopefully you can see this. If not, I'll probably be doing this Hangout over again. But I don't know if you've heard this expression, but I hear it from a lot of people. They'll say, well, we all have 24 hours a day, and it's how we spend it that makes the difference. Well, sometimes this irks me because there are people out there, and I like to call them gurus, and they're the people that they just forget how it was when they started. And what they don't understand is workingpreneurs don't have 24 hours a day. They're 8 hours short, or at least 8 hours. Some people work more hours. So they're at least 8 hours shorter than what a full-time entrepreneur has. So, so I like to say we have 2 hours a day, and how we spend it, that makes the difference. And I think that's on my next screen. Yeah, we all have 2 hours a day, and it's how we spend those 2 hours that makes the difference. So now I just kind of did a quick rundown of how we spend our time. And yours may vary, but I figure anything that I leave off of here goes into the other. So you have your work, you have your family time, entertainment, household chores, sleeping, and then other. And other can be uh, volunteering, it can be like a hobby, things like that. So I kind of put together approximate hours that we spend doing these certain things. And what I came up with is we're spending 21 to 24 hours a day doing these things. So that doesn't leave a whole lot of time left over. So where do you find the extra time for your business? Well, you can get up a half an hour earlier, you can go to bed a half an hour later, maybe you have more free time on weekends, you're a little more flexible, and you might be able to work ahead, get some things done, and then have them, done ahead. Uh, you can reduce your obligations. You can learn to say no. Sometimes that's hard for some people, but sometimes you just have to do it. So my solution today that I wanted to talk about is making a to-do list. So spending 10 minutes a day planning will save you 1.5 to 3 hours. That's what time management specialists say. So that to me is amazing, and it's true. So you create your to-do list at the same time every day. You carry your to-do list with you at all times, and then you make sure you review your list several times a day. Now, as far as creating it at the same time every day, I find it. What I find is when you do it in the evening, then you can get all that stuff on paper and out of your head, and you should sleep better, because a lot of times all that stuff that you have to do keeps you from sleeping. So now, what to put on the to-do list? Everything. If it needs to be done, it goes on the list. If it needs to be remembered, it's on the list. A fleeting thought, on the list. A call or an email that needs to be returned, on the list. Basically, what you're doing is you're taking all this out of your brain and putting it on paper and putting it into action. So now you want to prioritize the to-do list, because when you start brainstorming and putting all this stuff on paper or writing it down, there's things that don't absolutely have to be done today. So you want to make sure that you separate everything that absolutely has to be done today. But some that maybe just needs to be done this week, this month, or even this year. So you want to be able to, like when you brainstorm like that, categorize them. Now, I love automation. So if you have a smartphone, then automate this. And because everywhere you go, your smartphone goes with you. You carry it around everywhere. So instead of carrying a notebook and a pen, you have your smartphone. Now, most smartphones come with a list app, but there are a couple of free ones, and then of course, as you can see, there's some that cost money. Um, I do not have any of these. I use the one that comes with my phone, but I'm going to try, I believe I'm going to try the Evernote, because I think that's the one that has the recording, where you can record things too, which is awesome, because when you have a thought in your head and you're like, oh, I got to put this, you can write it down, but sometimes just putting it in words, recording it is great. So these other ones probably are more advanced. So I would Google them and see which ones you think would be good for you. But I definitely would try the free ones first, because you don't want to spend money on something you're not going to use. So here's an example of a to-do list. And these are things that need to be done today. Do you have to pick up the dry cleaning because you need whatever, your suit or your dress for a meeting tomorrow? Your cat's out of cat food, so you got to buy cat food or they'll go hungry. Your library books due today. To write the blog post, I put that on there because I'm not real good about doing them on a regular basis. So it's been a while. So I want to make sure that I spend some time writing a blog post for the next day. So, you get an email from someone and you just don't have time to answer them. You just want to make sure you do it sometime that day. Taxes, when they're due, you pay the taxes. And then I maybe want to think about next week's webinar, or maybe I want to do another webinar, and I make a note of that. So that's just a small example of one of my to-do lists. All right, so I just wanted to let you know that the to-do list is going to change your life. It's going to change the way you do anything. It's going to give you more time, and you're going to get more done. And I just want you to know that you can do this. I mean, there are challenges, but I know you can overcome them. And I want to help you. I want to help you succeed. So what I need from you is for you to message me with suggestions on topics, or better yet, join me on this Hangout. I would love to have you, and also join my new Facebook group. I just started it, and it's facebook.com/workingpreneur. And that's really all I wanted to talk about today. Was a little bit of a time management thing, and I think the to-do list is a great place to start. Next week maybe we'll talk about we'll still continue to talk about time, because this doesn't cover everything. But I'd like to also talk about um, the just like maybe family challenges. So I'm going to go hopefully back to face you. And I'm going to figure out how to do that. Yeah, this is my first one, so I apologize. I apologize, but I will get this under control at some point. Maybe. So this is a learning experience for me, and um, hopefully for you too. If you've never done one of these, then maybe you can feel my pain. Okay, there I am. Great. So I learned it. I just had to click the screen share button again. So if you've never done these before, I just taught you a couple of cool tools, cool steps and tricks. So I really am so thankful for you watching this, and I can't wait for next week so we can talk a little more. And I really can't wait to hear your comments and your topic suggestions, and also how many of you would like to join me on this so that we can talk about helping workingpreneur succeed, because you really can do this. I know you can do this because I've been doing it, so I know it's possible. And even though you have challenges, um, I don't want you to ever quit, because you can always take a break if you have to. Um, and I want to actually create a family environment, uh, especially like on my page. I would love for you to join my page, like my page, and join me, and become support, motivation, inspiration for all of us. And we can mastermind, and we can just become like this really great group of people that love each other, that want to help each other, and that are there for each other. And that's my goal. That's my thinking that I would really love to happen. And if that's something that you would like, then join me. Come on my page and join me, and we'll have a great time. Okay, so I will see you guys on the next webinar, which I'm hoping to do these on Sunday nights around 7 p.m. Eastern, and I hope that that's a good time. But if it's not, these go right to YouTube, and they're recorded, and I'll put the link on my Facebook page, and you can watch it at any time. So it's really been fun, and I just want you to know how I got out of my comfort zone to do this, and it's been fun, and I can't wait to do the next one, and I can't wait to hear um, what you thought about this. So you guys have a good week, and I will see you uh, next time. Thanks. Bye.